Hello, Aaron Kubitz, personal trainer at Functional Aesthetics CC, where we're helping average guys move and perform better in their life inside and outside the gym. So in today's video, I'm just going to cover a quick routine or mobility routine you can do for your shoulders and your upper back to help improve your posture and increase the health of your shoulder joint, especially. So this is a great exercise to do on a day-to-day basis. You know, you can do this multiple times a day as well, but especially after you're doing things like pull-ups, bench presses, things of that nature that tend to tighten up the chest, the lats, and causes restrictions there. So this helps to strengthen and increase the endurance of the rotator cuff muscles, as well as stretching out the ligaments in the shoulder capsule as well. So it's going to be in two parts. First one is going to be kind of activation of the upper back muscles and the rotator cuff. And then the second phase of it is going to be kind of a stretch for the lats, the intercostal muscles in between your ribs, and the ligaments in the shoulder capsule. So this is how it goes. You're going to start out first by putting the palms of your hands facing straight backwards. You're going to take in a deep breath. Trying to keep those elbows relatively straight, and you're going to raise the chest and end with the shoulder blades squeezed together, right? So then from that position right there, you're going to go, so breathing in, shoulder blades squeezed together. Now you're going to externally rotate your hands, so the thumbs are pointing out to the sides, and then you're going to, so it's going to be, and then breathe in again as you come up. Now, ideally, you'd be able to come all the way up over your head. Now, if you do have some restrictions, you might not be able to come all the way up. Don't worry about that. Come up as high as you can, and then come back down. Do the routine again. Perform a few reps like that. So I'm going to perform a couple reps of how that might look, and each time you come up, you try to go a little bit higher. And then I'm going to add a little caveat on the end of that. For those of you who do have a little bit of restrictions, so that you're not letting perfection equal paralysis, essentially. So this is how it's going to look. You're going to go breathing in, externally rotate, now the next, the caveat is that if you can't keep them retracted and pull all the way up over your head, just relax slightly. Allow your hands to come all the way up, cross in front, and come back. And the next part of this is the stretch that I mentioned. So when you're coming back and you breathe in, externally rotate, come up from there. When you come back down, now you can cross one foot over the other, take the palm of that hand, you reach it up, reach over the head, and then at the top, you're going to rotate down this way and draw your hand back across, like almost like you're cradling a football or something like that. You caught the football, cradle it down like that, right? So same thing here. You're coming up, cross the foot over. Actually, it's the other way here. Just like that. And so that's also, in addition to stretching out that stuff, it's also going to increase the strength, because a lot of times, you know, when you're doing your stuff in the gym, and I'm a big fan of all the compound lifts, such as you're doing your deadlifts, doing your pull-ups, doing your bench presses, overhead presses, squats, things like that, definitely going to help you strengthen those prime movers and get the most out of them. You know, because like a lot of times people doing like functional fitness type stuff will say, you know, well, you want to get away from doing that kind of stuff because it's not functional. Well, actually, it's going to help you, make you super functional, because you'll have more strength, right? But if you aren't also doing the things where you're rotating your body and going outside of that sagittal or frontal plane of movement, like most bodybuilding and powerlifting exercises are in, you're going to not have that core stability and integrative strength to combine and connect all those different pieces together. So having that rotational strength and lateral stability is really important to make you a fully functional human being and reach your full athletic potential. So again, to show this whole sequence as one flow, I'm going to do a couple reps of that and then we'll finish the video. So here it goes. And then one thing that I like to add in there is just a cross-body arm sweep like this. So breathing in and push out. And this is just a movement from Qigong, I believe, that helps you to increase your energy and focus your energy through the breath. One thing that I left out, as I said, I was going to close the video here, but one thing that I did leave out and is important, now in the beginning, just focus on retraction, bring it up like that, right? But as you become more mobile, the body, as I've talked about in some other videos, functions as one integrative chain, right? So, or you could also call it like a kinetic chain, right? Meaning that all the joints, ligaments, and muscles and stuff affect one another. So what's going on at your ankle joint is going to affect what's going on in your knee joint. What's going on in the knee joint is going to affect what's going on in the hips. What's going on in the hips is going to affect your shoulders, your head, and your neck, right? So it's important to make sure that when you're doing your exercises, all those things are combined. So that, for example, when you're doing an overhead press, you want to make sure that you have a neutral pelvis. You're not arching your back way back like that. You're keeping your core engaged, keeping your glutes engaged, and then pressing straight up over the head so that you're primarily using those shoulder muscles, a little bit of the upper pecs and stuff like that, and not excessively using your low back and putting strain on it when you're doing that. So the same thing here. If your hips are tipped forward like this, it's going to limit the function of the muscles in the upper back, right? Now, so that for that reason, we want to make sure that we're in a neutral pelvic position, meaning that we don't have more than 10 degrees of anterior drop in the pelvis, right? So no more than, so we want to bring it back like that. And one way you can do this is if you get a shirt on or even without a shirt on, it could be even more useful because then you don't have to worry about clothing getting in the way of what you're seeing and stuff like that. So you put your palms of each hand on the hip bones in the front here. So you feel the anterior superior iliac spine here and here on your pelvis. Put your palms there. Connect your fingertips in the front. So the top fingertip and the bottom fingertip. And then if you look down, you should be able to see the bottom fingertips, right? If you don't, it means that your pelvis is tipped too far forward, or you have a bit of a gut going on there, and that can be a problem as well to being able to see that. So if you don't have a bigger belly or something like that and you still can't see it, then it means that you need to squeeze your butt muscles and to help to rotate your pelvis underneath. Now from that position, once you have your pelvis nice and tight like this, now go into the exercise that I was talking about at the beginning of the video. So bringing it back, keep that neutral pelvic position as you raise your hands up, and you will definitely feel a much stronger contraction in the rhomboids, in the lower trapezius muscles, and you'll feel everything kind of just settle into place nice and solid like that by maintaining a neutral pelvic position. Alright guys, the video got a little bit longer than I was planning on. Hopefully you got some good information out of this that you can go and take and apply to your everyday life. Remember, this is an exercise that doesn't require a lot of energy, such as the bigger compound movements that you're doing and stuff. So this exercise, in theory, you could do every day if you wanted. You know, you're sitting at the office or something like that, get up, take a little bit of a break, a couple of times a day, do that exercise as often as you feel like. It's pretty easy to recover from it, so don't worry about that. If you liked the information in this video, please go ahead and give this video a like. If you'd like to see more information related to nutrition, functional fitness, getting stronger, losing body fat, and preventing or recovering from injuries, please subscribe to the channel by hitting the icon in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, and we'll see you all next time for more health and fitness-related information. Thanks, guys, for watching.